remedial measure for business. This is one of the biggest problem of people with the remedial measure. If 10th Lord from Saturn is with Rahu Ketu, if the 10th Lord from the Saturn is 6, 8, 12, then people have problem with the business. The best suggestion for them is to go back to work. Now, if they can't go back to work, then they can do remedial measure to come out of the problem. They can stay afloat in the business. For these are the remedial measure which has to be done for the business, which will be very, very helpful in solving the problems of the business across. Now, people, for example, their office alignment will be bad. I am not talking about the Vastu, the time in which they have come to take the possession of the office, the planets or the Dasha Bhukti will have a problem. So they have to do the re-inauguration of the place. The Ashtadik Balagar has to be worshipped, the entrance has to be worshipped, and the puja has to be put on a correct Mugurta. It will help for the business to pick up in a big manner. This I have done for many people. The Kshetra alignment with the time can have huge problem as far as the business is concerned. This is one of the important remedial measure for people across. Now, Mugurta needs a lot of deftness, lot of understanding. The precise use of the time has to be understood, and correctly it should be marked. In case of a bad Dasha Bhukti, for example, bad Saturn Bhukti, bad Rahu Bhukti across, you have to do the re-inauguration of the place again and again and again, which will help in the business energy to shift. The employees will shift, the place will shift, because the place energy has to get aligned with the time again and again. So this is called as the, in Feng Shui, it is called as the Feng Shui audit. You take the plus or minus of the business, you check the planetary position, you do the re-Mugurta Puja, which is very, very important part of the business across. The second technique is to light the lamp every day. From Saturn, the 10th Lord has to be seen and the lamp has to be lighted. Now what happens is, it will clear the energy slowly and steadily across. And this is one of the important techniques of the remedial measure. You apply the frequency, you apply the repetition, you help a person to overcome the karmic difficulty. Somebody had Saturn in Makara, the 10th Lord was Venus. I asked them to light lamp for Mahalakshmi. They continued to light the lamp for Mahalakshmi. There was a lot of growth which has happened steadily and surely. One by one the growth happened. Now this is not accepted by many people because they say, what is meant to happen? I have changed people's life. I am not telling it for the video. The lamp lighting is such a technique that it can erase the karma part of it. The people's mind in business is not very clear. They try to make different kinds of difficult situations because of bad decision. You can retrieve them by simply lighting the lamp. How does the lamp lighting work? It works this way. it affects the antakarna. The antakarna has a huge pouring of divine light. It cleanses the aura and the chakra and the attraction for the business which happens across. We have helped many people. We have done puja online. That is, they stay in a different time, we stay in a different time. Our priests do the puja, we do the remugurta puja. It has such a terrific impact on the people's life. And lighting of the lamp has such a terrific impact. So these are two remedial measures. The third remedial measure is you do the remedies based on dasamsa. From Saturn, the 5th and the 9th Lord is taken across, and you do the puja regularly for Saturn. From Saturn, you have to do the puja, homa, abhisheka for 120 to 140 days. It makes a huge difference in the puja across. It clears the energy so much. There's a guy who came to me who was having a bad time in the business. I asked him to do the puja part of it. Initially he was very skeptical. He said, maybe I'm telling it for the own good. Initially he committed only for 30 days across. He started improving. He said there are links which is appearing. The links are converted into leads. The leads help me to make up my money in my business across. So this is a very important tool of doing puja, homa, abhisheka, which is a very important tool. And another way to improve the business is to re-trigger the marriage. The marriage to the wife and the marriage validity period could have been gone. So we re-trigger the marriage for people, which helps them to come in alignment. There was a particular person who had a lot of business problem. I told him, do the remarriage. It will be very helpful to you as a person. And you can overcome lot of difficulties across, and he was able to overcome that as a person. So that is the remedial measure for business. The other one is you do the yama and the niyama part of it. Very important, you don't pick up fight with the family members. You don't pick up fight with the wife or the husband, and you don't pick up fight with the father, mother. Their anugna is required. Successful people have a very harmonious life. Successful people have a very peaceful and an happy interaction in the family. So if you're doing a remedial measure, please be quiet. Don't pick up fight. Don't try to be angry about it. Don't try to compare yourself about it. So that is the important remedial measure of niyama. The other important thing is, there's a guy who was doing a business. I told him, you go on meeting people who are working. You go on meeting people who are working somewhere. Obviously, you are going to have a problem in becoming a businessman. Cut off the friendship. Cut off the people who are not doing business. Align with people who are doing the business. It will help you to get better into your life across. So that is a very important manner in which the business has to be done. You have to align with the same like-minded people, because whom you see is what you become across. So that is an important remedial measure. So all these things, remedial measure, can be done. The other one is, don't keep old cell phones. Cell phone and bank account, if they are having a problem, needs to be changed. I know one multi-millionaire whom I met, he said, I keep changing the cell phone again and again. It helped me to have a better time across. So that is the impact of the remedial measure across. You can use that same remedial measure to overcome difficulties, to overcome problem in terms of your life across. So I request you to use the business remedial measure to help you to cleanse the deal. Now, this can be employed for people who are searching for the correct career. This can be employed for people who are doing different kinds of work across, and they are not able to settle down their business. This can be done specifically across, which can help you to have a positive impact. That is from Saturn. According to Nandi Nadi, Saturn is the Karaka for work. From Saturn, the 10th Lord will tell you the kind of impact it will have on the work. So do the remedial measure. If you have a problem, bring the horoscope. I would definitely guide you. Do the remedies. You can have a better time as far as the business are concerned. Keep watching the video. You will get a lot of good videos on remedial measure.